Hey guys out there on YouTube, do you ever have the problem where you try to scan a barcode on DoorDash, Uber Eats, or Instacart when you are shopping an order and you just can't get the dang thing to scan? Multiple things that seem to happen is either the lights are too bright so you can't get that to scan, or it's too dark, or just the barcode's all screwed up and you just can't get the dang item to scan. There's a few different things that you can do that I do, and the simplest thing is to try to scan another barcode. So grab another item. Man, I need to get new glasses one of these days. But yeah, you just grab another item of the same item, try to scan that one, and that works sometimes. That doesn't work, and then sometimes you just have ones that are all screwed up and the barcode's all messed up, and you don't have another item that you can go ahead and scan because there isn't any more items, or just there's a lot of miscellaneous things that can happen, or the barcode is just printed really messed up. Well, another thing that you can go ahead and do, that I do, is one, I will go ahead and scan any kind of barcode that the store doesn't have in the system. So what you want to do, or even if it does have it in the system, sometimes, depending on the DoorDash version, it's weird because sometimes you'll scan another barcode and it will, give you the other item and, do you want to add it as a replacement choice? And then sometimes you'll go ahead and scan it multiple times. If you keep saying, okay, scan it again, and eventually it'll let you say, I have the correct item. Sometimes that works, and sometimes it'll randomly switch the item to whatever other item that you scanned. The only other workaround that I've found for, things like that won't scan, or you've got donuts, for instance. A lot of times they want you to scan a barcode for a single donut. It doesn't have a barcode. So what I usually do, and I wish I had like an image of the what I'm talking about, is you want to look for those store barcodes that aren't really a barcode, like at Safeway, for instance. You'll just get these random barcodes that are like on the donut case or whatnot, or just on the items, or even like a for you code or something like that. Scan any kind of barcode that you possibly can, or even just get like a barcode of a random item that you might have. Just maybe carry a barcode with you. Scan any barcode that's not in the system, and eventually you can say, I have the correct item. You're going to have to take a picture of whatever the item is or whatnot, but that should work for you on DoorDash. And on Instacart, usually you can get it to come up with can't scan the item, and then you can go ahead and just go ahead and say it's a correct item most of the time. And then on Uber Eats, I think you just say that I think there's just a can't scan item button. Man, I don't do Uber Eats enough, but yeah, it should work on Uber Eats also. But if not, let me know in the comments, because I do shop Uber Eats orders. I've done an okay amount of them, but DoorDash and Instacart, I've done a lot more. I've done over 6,000 shopping orders, 6,000, I think, on DoorDash. But yeah, that's the main thing you want to do to get those barcodes to scan, if you can't get them to scan in general. Let me go ahead and see. I've done shopping orders, 5,678 shopping orders. Don't know if you can see that. And I've done thus far, and I'm a pro shopper for now, at least at the moment. The stores have been kind of in stock for a little bit. I've done 14,456 orders total thus far, so I'm kind of getting up there. But that's the main thing that I thought I'd go ahead and go over for you guys. I'm trying to think of any other tips and tricks that go along with the shopping of it. You can turn on your flash sometimes. That'll work to get those pesky barcodes to scan. Other than that, that's pretty much what you want to do with the barcode scanning stuff. I don't know. Anyways, how has your dashes been out there lately? My area has been pretty just blah. I haven't even been wanting to dash lately because of how crappy it's been. I've actually went up to another area and dashed there for a day recently, and I'm probably going to start going up there more because it's just more beneficial than my area. There's been at least one day that's pretty much been the determining factor that I've just not wanted to dash in my area. There was multiple times where it took an hour to get an order, and that was when I was accepting every single order too. So I had 100% acceptance rate. I did drop down a point though on completion. I was down to 98% completion, so maybe that affected it a little bit. I'm not sure. But it was just a pain in the butt. I think what they did was they flooded the market with dashers because of the weather conditions they were worried about. At one point, it was like 16 to 26 minutes. So that was just kind of frustrating. But how is let me know what area you're in. Let me know how busy it's been, like what the time in between is. So like if you've got like a 1 to 2 minute wait time between orders, or if you got a 5 to 10 minute wait between orders, or even worse, let me know. I'm really curious to know about other areas out there, and what areas that you love that you have out there. And also what areas are just really, really bad that you just don't see any orders. Maybe let me know what areas Uber Eats is actually dominating in, because around here, Uber Eats is picking up a tiny bit, they're doing better than they used to, but it's still pretty dang slow because they let every single driver on. It's one of the benefits, but also the negatives about DoorDash is, you have that acceptance rate, and Uber Eats has the acceptance rate now too, to get better orders. I don't know. I haven't been up there in a while. I haven't wanted to. I've been up to 100% before. Maybe I'll shut off shopping for a bit so I don't get those stupid pesky Walmart orders. But still, I just can't fathom doing 20 miles for $3, and some of those orders come up on Uber Eats. I have seen lately, I think the worst was, what did I get? Like 8 miles for $2.75. That was pretty bad. But it does seem to be the only time you really receive the orders that are like that, where you get like super low base pay, is when it's through the store. So I'm pretty much sure that it's through their, if it's ordered through the store, like through Pizza Hut, their app instead of DoorDash, then it seems to be that way. Same with the Safeway pickups. It seems to be like the $2 base pay every time, or just slightly increased, because it does seem like it's per decline. Anyways, I've hit the 8-minute mark. We're done with this video. Good luck out there. If you have any other tips and tricks on how to get barcodes to scan, let me know in the comments. Also, like I said, sometimes when you scan another item, it will just make it to where it switches the item over, but that's when I try to get a barcode that is for sure not in the system. Any item, like for instance, I've got a little barcode here. That's not going to be in the system. You can use something like that. Anyways, please thumbs up, share, comment, subscribe. Lots more gig work and money and whatever I feel like posting on this channel. Bye for now, guys.